And I feel like that's something that we talk about, there maybe being like a generational gap between, like, maybe, I don't know, I experienced the generation above me and like my parents and my grandparents, essentially, a lot of it being about like, that's just what you do because that's what we do. Like, we just feel this way. Like, no, we don't need to be happy. We don't need to be sad. We'll all just be fine and just like coast through life. And that is your lot. Like, that is how it goes. How dare you try and, you know, like, even like if I go buy a coffee, takeaway coffee, God, the looks I get,
Yeah.
because well, actually the comments I get, because it's so scandalous. How dare you do something like this?
Mm-hmm.
When actually it's like, look, you know, yeah, I won't be able to buy a house, but I won't ever be able to buy a house. You know, I'm fine. I'm literally fine. I want my little coffee, whatever. And I do feel like there's a bit of tension between the generations, maybe. I especially felt it with my grandparents, actually. There being like this idea of, but this is what you should do. Why? Well, because you should. And there's not really, I think it probably is a post-war mentality as well, of like, well, we've lived through a load of shit here and we're trying to actually give you a nice life. Like, you know, you should be lucky to be alive. And we're there being like, but I want to have fun in my life. Like, is that too much to ask? But I do think it did bring up, when I said I was doing this and it's not traditional, blah, 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 there was definitely a lack of, one, they couldn't even comprehend it. But two, it's like, no, like, that's not the right path. That's not the right choice. So I understand. I actually completely get it. Like, I think I'd probably feel very similar if my child or grandchild said they're going to do something completely that I literally have no concept of what that is, let alone how that can make money and make someone happy. Sorry. I think I would feel really similar, and I really get it. But I think that's a symptom of like society not being somewhere for these people anymore. Like, it has surpassed their understanding, and that's really sad. But also of a generation like asking for like prioritizing something like happiness, which I don't think was prioritized at all.
No. Yeah.
I think also we can change jobs. Do you know, it's not that you get a job for when you leave school, you get a job and then you're there till you retire.
Yeah.
You know, you could quit the podcast tomorrow and, you know, start off, you know, being a nurse, and then maybe in 2 years later you decide, actually, I'm going to change degrees and I'm going to do French.
Yeah.
And
Don't get any ideas, Sephy. Don't quit the podcast tomorrow.
Don't worry. I don't want to do
Become a nurse
French
tomorrow. No.